It's episode 23.
Listen, nobody speaks Spanish.
23.
Nobody. No, our listeners don't speak Spanish. It's not happening. Thanks for tuning in to the video recap of Keeping Up with the Geek Bros, episode 23.
23.
It's Vibe, Juancho, and our special guest,
Kylo-Sam.
Kylo-Sam. We have a lot to talk about. It's going to be a different format because Juancho isn't doing his homework.
Kylo-Sam wanted to be a Jedi Master one time, but he fell through the Sith.
Yeah,
I have daddy issues.
In a world where geeking out never looked so good, two incredibly sexy men will rise for your auditory pleasure. Here's your hosts, Juancho and Vibe. Keeping Up with the Geek Bros.
It's beautiful Wednesday. I'm over here singing my voice away. It's a beautiful night for episode 23. What's going on? What's going on, guys? This is Juancho.
Hey now, this is Vibe.
And don't forget Kylo-Sam.
Kylo-Sam is in the building. This is our latest special guest here to talk about Star Wars The Last Jedi with us.
All right.
Coming up soon later.
I don't like how you guys are saying this, by the way.
Which part?
The Last Jedi. I don't like the tone. But anyways, go ahead.
It's a good tone. It's a good
It's
tone.
a wonderful. Wait, I have actually good stuff to say about The Last Jedi.
Well, I understand you have good stuff to say about it, but we'll get to that first. First, Juancho, how was your weekend?
My weekend was wonderful. I don't remember what I did. Oh yes, I actually do remember. I saw
You didn't
The
do
Last
anything.
Jedi 3 times.
That is unfortunate.
That was a wonderful thing. I took my mom to the movies.
I mean,
I haven't taken mommy out in a long time.
That's because she had a problem being seen with you in public till recently.
Ooh.
But after you did your image reconstruction, a little bit of PR control, you're back on track, and I'm really proud of you. You've come a long way. His face. Okay.
Bye.
Well, yes.
You got issues.
Kylo-Sam, your weekend. How was your weekend? Tell everybody what's going on.
Hey, what's up? I spent the entire time arguing with my father. I was
Sounds about right.
I was seen with my bare chest since Thursday. I've been told to work out more. I've been trying. Well, listen.
Don't we all?
Don't we all?
We
We all need it.
But other than that, just surviving, try to keep wife happy, and that's basically it. And staying away from my dad too.
Sounds good. Sounds good. My weekend editing. I did see Star Wars: The Last Jedi a second time.
I don't like how you're saying this once again, Vibe.
I was just saying I had to take the Theo Starr and Joey Fire, who, by the way, didn't like the movie either. By the way, I'm just throwing that out there without any coercion from me. They asked me what I thought about it. I said, watch it.
Those good for nothing.
You know, and those who are watching us next week or later on this week, you'll see that I'm wearing the Last Jedi T-shirt, not because I liked the movie, but because this. Juancho bought me this shirt. And I have to reimburse him, which means I bought this shirt. I need to wear it. So that's the reason why. So, Juancho,
What's going on?
you tell me.
I don't know what's going on with the Geek Bros.
There you go. That's what
I was
I'm
going to
talking
say
about.
Geek Girls, but we don't know what's going on.
Okay, Geek Girls news on hiatus. They will be back 2018.
Yes, they will.
Don't ask me about them again until 2018. You hear
Exactly.
me? Take it off the list.
All right.
I don't hear about them until 2018.
All right.
But in the Geek Bros, since the last time you guys heard us, there's been 6 Geek Bros videos released. Can you believe that?
Cool.
Yeah. We had the Jurassic
Appreciate
World
it.
reaction video, which was pretty funny. We saw it.
You know that I actually didn't watch that trailer?
Really?
Which trailer?
The one that you posted out. See if I made a video, makes videos sometimes, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not interested to rewatching it because I didn't find it funny.
Which video?
The Jurassic Park video that you posted, I haven't watched it, to be honest with you.
It's okay. I have. Okay, and I think 5,000 people watched it. So
Maybe
I think
5,001 will watch it.
Did you
tonight.
know that our Last Jedi reactions have 15,000 views
Look
now?
at that! 50K.
Way to go, Geek Bros. Way to go.
15,000 views. Okay, moving on. We also missed our countdown, 4-part countdown to The Last Jedi. Countdown part 1 was character predictions. Novel reviews was part 2. The Force Awakens Revisited, Homage versus Ripoff was part 3. And part 4 was Porgs, where they did the new Jar Jar, if they had any point to them. Those are actually pretty good. You should check them out. Before, of course, Big 6 our Star Wars The Last Jedi review, which I am in it for a total of 90 seconds total.
Oh,
so that tells you how much I feel about
the
that.
Force was not strong with Vibe that day.
It's okay. And a random 7th video, I did a, what? I did a mashup. For those who watched Battlestar Galactica, if you watch Star Wars The Last Jedi, there's a part of it that kind of reminds you of the Cylons chasing the humans. And I was kind of just like, oh yeah, that's great. So I spent an entire evening editing a random video that had nothing to do with the studio that I posted online. It's called Star Wars The Last Jedi Battlestar Galactica intro. Check that out. It's a labor of love. Juancho, did you look at it?
I did, and I'm still scratching my head as to why weren't you doing something more productive?
I agree.
Wow.
No, well, Kylo-Sam, you have to understand.
Yes.
I spent 7.5 hours.
Whoa!
I had to first.
When I saw that post this morning, I'm like, when did we do Battlestar Galactica? When did we film something?
It is-
What's going on here?
It is-
And I double checked my log to see. I'm like, when did I meet with this guy? When did Darth Flex or Garbanzo meet with him? And then I looked at him like, he wasted 7 hours.
Yeah.
Doing this
7 hours.
He did. You know what he made me realize is those videos that you see on Facebook of people trying to do matchups to the '90s shows.
Exactly.
And I'm like, why is he doing this?
That's exactly what
bro,
I did.
do you even live, bro?
You have to understand something, Juancho.
Do you
When
even live,
when I
bro?
watched that scene and I'm watching the First Order chase the Resistance, I'm like, this is the Cylons chasing the humans. It's exactly what this was, and I felt compelled. You understand me, Kylo-Sam?
Compelled. Yeah, I got you, man. I felt it.
Okay, compelled to make this.
I
Make this
appreciate
video.
you, man.
So I had to find the one of the intros to Battlestar Galactica, the reimagined sci-fi series. Fantastic show, 4 seasons. Kylo-Sam will be watching because he promised me on Hulu.
No, I got you.
I know that's right. And then I had to find matching clips from all the trailers that I could find and all the clips to find what would match and work well with it. And I think it came out pretty well. I screened it for Kylo-Sam, and he said, "Right on, my brother." And I said, "All right, Zamunda," and we moved on.
Oh, that's it, man.
Exactly. So, but yeah, by all means, check that out. That's 6 videos for Geek Bros and 1 just random video. Show me some love because I really put some heart and soul into that.
I'm
I
gonna
put the right
Yeah, you
time.
can tell. You can definitely tell.
Heart and soul. It looked really good. It was good to a beat. So, Juancho, what brings us here today?
So this is a very special podcast because we're going to be having a lot of discussions today. So the format's going to be a little bit different.
It's a pure open mic.
Yes, except for the first one where I have.
Is it the time that I use my poetry? No.
Surely.
Definitely.
Okay, all right, good.
Is it simple math or?
I do have comic book news out there with Marvel. As I said it last week, was it last week or the week before? Because we didn't do podcast last week.
Okay.
Marvel's comic book has a new press. The editor has a new president after the other one was has been fired. Or was it left or fired? I don't remember correctly.
I told you to say comic news.
They made changes, and there's possible 5 series that are going to be canceled for 2018. So those I will be reading out very shortly. For open mic discussions, the only thing we're going to have is an open mic. It's going to be Net Neutrality, Disney and Fox,
Disney buys Fox.
Anime Invasion.
A special. Hold on. It is an open mic.
Okay,
it's a special. Kylo-Sam. He actually pitched this to me while we were here pre-production.
Definitely, man.
Very very impressed. He's gonna do the Anime Invasion for us for Monster.
Yes.
Any quick hints you want to give the audience?
Well, it's a thriller. It will give you things to think about. It'll give you an opportunity to look at yourself also as far as what you do in which circumstances. Looking forward to talk about it.
Fantastic. Actually, he broke it down a little bit for me, and the passion in this man's voice, I said, yes. You need to.
He gave the same passion to me if I read it, and I actually saw it, and I got hooked on it. It's really that good. There's no action. It's like it's a drama, but it's so good.
Okay, well, we're gonna save that for the Anime Invasion. And lastly,
The Last Jedi.
It's gonna be our review here for you guys.
I actually have comments from our fans and one fan and from the crew that have actually wrote back to us.
Look at that.
I will be reading those out. So
fantastic.
Vibe.
Okay.
Let's get this party started.
Let's get it open mic.
So comic book news. This article's coming out from comicbook.com. Marvel cancels 5 series, possibly more.
Juancho doesn't listen when I say shut your phone off.
Marvel Comics will cancel at least 5 ongoing series in early 2018 and possibly more as the publisher March solicitations have been revealed. Generation X, Hawkeye, Iceman, Jean Grey, and the unbelievable Gwenpool have all been confirmed as cancelled.
Oh, wow.
And I quote, "Yeah, and some of you are guessing from the cover of issue number 16 will be our last issue of Hawkeye," tweeted writer Kelly Thompson. "Obviously, I'm disappointed, but I'm really proud of our book number 16 issue is a solid number in the modern times, and there may be something interesting coming next. We will see. Iceman writer Sina Grace tweeted a handwritten note explaining the difficult situation, reading, "Yep, Iceman's coming to a close. I'm supremely bummed out, but was given plenty of notice, and even a Hail Mary or two. Everyone at Marvel has been super supportive, but at the end of the day, solo X titles are hard to sell for retailers." So that makes sense. I do want to know about the reasoning behind this. The article, I read it before, doesn't explain the reasoning behind the cancellation, but something that caught my eye in this article was that the mighty Captain Marvel was also believed to have been cancelled since it was absence of the March solicitations, but writer Margaret Stoll assured fans that that was not the case. The reason why that's a shocking or kind of surprising is because, you know, next year we're supposed to be having our first Captain Marvel movie.
I see what you're saying. I see
So
what you're
if
saying.
they're gonna cancel the comic book, why would you pitch why would we have a movie of Captain Marvel? Is the comic book not selling that good? Or
You would
what's
think
going on?
that they would beef it up with the comic book to put it in the forefront. I mean,
Exactly.
Kylo-Sam, what do you?
No, well, same thing. Then you know what? It gets going, and then it catches the momentum, and bam, the movie comes out, and everything Captain Marvel. That's what I would expect.
Interesting.
Guardians of the
But no.
Galaxy was also confirmed as cancelled recently, though the cancellation is making way
Oh,
for
wow.
the Infinity Countdown series. So we'll see how that happens.
Something's going on.
well, here's the thing. Remember how Bendis left? Bendis left Marvel
To DC, right?
to DC.
Uh-huh.
Exclusive signed
Ooh,
to DC.
Kylo-Sam is up on
Of
the
course.
news.
Listen, no, the force is within me.
I mean,
Then the
wow.
executive writer kicks the can. Marvel's getting ready to make some big changes for 2018. The comic books are going to be back. Now, like I said it earlier, Marvel has lost its touch ever since they have gotten their writer in 2011 with Civil War 2, which was
Yeah.
very like,
Yeah, it was.
yeah,
It was forced.
exactly,
Yeah.
it was. Having well, you know, what can we do? It's comic books, they change. Hopefully Marvel can get their act together.
You
So-
sound defeated. You heard him? He was gonna get to me. He's like, man,
That was life leaving his
Because
body.
you know Honcho hates comic books.
what you hates comic books.
So now I have to go. Now I have
But
to
you
go.
heard it though.
No, I heard. Yeah, I
it was-
heard life living.
I thought it was rant, and
No.
he just.
No,
Listen.
listen. Now Ben is leaving.
If
to
this was
DC.
an anime, you would see something flying. out of his
Exactly.
mouth.
Yeah.
Now Juancho's gonna go and read DC. You know why? Because Juancho hates comic books.
That's
why.
it. That's it. That's the right time for DC.
So, right, let's do the thing.
Fantastic. So we're putting Kylo-Sam on the spot right now.
Dang.
It's Anime Invasion Monster. We're gonna play the trailer in the background. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit while Kylo-Sam breaks down the series and tell us why you should be watching this feature movie or series.
It's a series.
Yes.
It's a series.
Yes.
Why you should be watching this series. So the world is yours, Kylo-Sam. Bring
Okay.
it up.
Now, as this is playing, we're basically watching Tenma. The series takes place in the 80s, basically. Henceforth, the drawing. This was a critically acclaimed series, a manga before, and then it got into a series. Now, basically, picture yourself as an Asian doctor who went to study in Germany.
Okay.
Now, of course, you're already behind the 8 ball because you're among the Germans, but he excels to the point that the main doctor who owns the hospital wants him to marry his own daughter.
Oh, okay.
So their status, and we're seeing her right now and him. So everything is going well for Tenma.
I'm seeing a lot of blood splatters in this trailer.
A lot of mystery, there will be a lot of death. Now, let me explain to you the premise of this, and after which I would leave you with Tenma's situation. Tenma is so good that whoever he operates on, he basically gets to decide who lives and who doesn't. Now,
Wow.
one particular night, 2 people come into the hospital. A young man with a bullet in his head. When I say young, a child, basically.
Okay.
And a very well-known politician. Now, the head doctor wants him to operate on,
The politician.
most definitely because of the political ties. However,
He operates on the child.
exactly. Now, what would you have done?
The child. I mean, no.
it gets more deeper than that.
Okay,
bro.
okay.
And this is from
let's hear it.
so okay, so Tenma operates, of course, what we would have done as being a very ethical man, by the way.
Of course.
We see him always struggling between his duty and what he wants to accomplish and not being sucked, I guess, on the dark side also.
Oh man, because medicine is a business as well.
Most definitely.
Right.
So, and imagine also a man of his talent and the exposure that he has, also knowing that he can get to marry the daughter of this man and get his own hospital and basically make a big name for himself, but at what cost?
Right.
However, that night, I can tell you that Tenma chose the wrong patient to operate on.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That is
And
ominous.
that's where the story takes place, because now you see why it was the wrong thing and why he should have let the politician live. Not because of the way he starts going down society, like he loses everything. There's more to it.
Yes.
There's a backstory
But
as to why the child was shot.
Are you trying to? Oh, okay. So you're trying to tell me that they're trying to justify why he should have let a child die? Is that what we're trying to say here?
Monster.
Yes.
I will just say this. He saved the monster. Now, the series is, with what I'm describing, you would think it's a short series. It's
Right.
74 episodes. It's quite long.
Wow. What?
Yeah.
But
That's a heck of a thing to be dragging out.
I have
Okay.
found myself in Tenma's shoes being responsible for saving that monster once you start to understand who that monster is. And it's a monster for real.
Wow.
I would leave it as that. There's comedy at times.
Okay.
There's a lot of thriller. There's tragic things. There's also a big historical part of this. It's happening in Germany, late 80s, going back to even certain things going back to what Hitler was doing also with certain kids.
Oh,
So you have a certain
Hitler's
amount,
youth. Okay,
almost
okay.
definitely. So there's a tie in different things. There's elements of racism in there as well, prejudice.
Social commentary.
Most
Interesting.
definitely. And also the personal struggle of Tenma for feeling responsible for basically giving a second life
Right.
to a monster. Because there was a particular reason why that particular boy had a bullet in his head that night.
Wow.
Because when the police walked in,
Uh-huh.
the person who was holding the gun was his twin sister. And I'll leave you as that.
Wow.
And that's monster.
Wow. Before we move on, I have just one question. Now, the animation style is, as you said, more of the 80s way, and it's kind of the old way anime. It was before the staple big wide eyes and pointy nose that you
Most
see now in
definitely.
anime. It's back to like original animation. It kind of reminds me of Mobile Suit Gundam and stuff like that back
Yes.
in the day. So it doesn't take you out of the other show that this is a more of a modern anime, but it's animated back in the 80s and when Japan didn't have that staple of their animation style.
It personally doesn't, and Juancho here has already started seeing some of it. Once you put it into the historical context
Right.
of what it's trying to portray. So
This
the
is a real
anime
job.
itself was early 2000, I think.
Exactly.
Early 2000, but it really puts you into the
really-
context of...
It does. I even
how it
asked you
was.
when you first showed it to me. I said, this is an old anime. He's like, no, this is very recent. I said, really?
Yeah.
I said, their animation style choice
Yes.
is very interesting.
But here's the thing: the animation style choice of this anime, if correct me if I'm wrong, Kylo-Sam, is the same as Death Note.
Yes.
And
It
Death
is.
Note-
Is it?
Yes.
It's
no,
similar.
Death
No.
Note kind of looks. I saw.
The Death Note anime has the same similar. There's no big eyes.
But-
a lot of the anime that this kind of drama portrays.
No, but they
has
they still have the pointy
But
noses.
remember
don't they?
also that they
Right,
are...
but this doesn't. You saw noses that are rounded, or
They-
it looked like like animation. It screamed more of like a western,
Yeah,
like,
but-
than it did of anime.
But if you see it vibe, they also are trying to portray European. So it's a Japanese
Which
take
makes
on
sense,
Europeans.
which is
you know,
brilliant.
The big thick eyebrows at times.
Right.
That normally you don't see in those
you
features.
see you see actual features on the noses. Usually in anime, the noses either don't exist
Yes.
or they're pointy.
Well, like Kylo-Sam said, they're portraying a current situation where the
No,
color
I'm
is
not.
like
I'm not
Japan or Tokyo.
critiquing it. I just was wondering whether it took you
Yeah,
out
it
of
is.
it. But
No,
you said it
it
didn't
doesn't.
at all.
No,
Now,
not even close.
the one thing I will say is this: the first two episodes, it definitely has to set up for you who Tenma is.
You did say it was a slow burn.
So it
yes.
was a slow. So if you're looking forward to something that will just titillate, blow your mind right away, then this is not for you.
Okay.
However, if you want to basically get something that's gonna keep you going, because I found at times watching 5 episodes one day, because once you end on a note like
and you
What
need to
is
see
that?
more. So you watch till your eyes burn. And
Almost definitely.
Interesting. All right. Well, there you have it. Kylo-Sam gives it a 2 thumbs up for Monster.
If I could put a toe in there with as well.
A toe in there. Juancho kind of backs him up, and I'm curious. I will say that I might actually check this out. I thought it was a feature film. I didn't know it was 74 episodes.
74 episodes.
So I don't know.
And it kept me in there.
Okay. But that's fantastic. Before we move on, I do have to play this clip, and it is going to be a dour note. We're going from something really awesome to something a little more serious. We're going to be talking about net neutrality and the fact that
our disclaimer
that it passed.
We're not representing any party or anything like that. These are the opinions.
We never did this disclaimer.
Yeah.
The views and opinions expressed during this segment do not represent that of Geek Bros, Five Revolution Studios, Kylo-Sam, or any affiliates.
Yeah.
There you go. Is that what you wanted to hear?
Thank you very much.
Okay.
The only party I do is the one that I dance at.
Exactly.
All right,
So we're going to hear, we have, it's called Suing the FCC. Listen out.
Today, the FCC broke a basic promise. They ended equal and open access to the internet, also known as net neutrality. Your internet could be slower and more expensive. Companies will get to charge you more to access popular sites. Small businesses, you're going to have a harder time competing. And students, you could lose access to online learning and videos. That's why in recent months, millions of you spoke up on behalf of internet freedom. But the FCC ignored you while accepting 2 million fake comments. That's just wrong, and it's illegal. And that's why today I'm joining a coalition of states in announcing that Massachusetts will sue to protect your right to go online and to protect your wallet. And we need your help. Please share this video and let the FCC know that an open internet matters to you. Thank you.
This is Attorney General Maura Haley.
Yes, the Office of Attorney General of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. If you go to Defending Net Neutrality, it's a group on Facebook. That's where the video is. Now, understand, we're going to repeat again, net neutrality. Net neutrality is the principle that internet service providers must treat all data on the internet as the same. It's so small. I could have this up. Okay. They cannot discriminate or change differently by user, content, website, platform, application, type of attached equipment, or method of communication. For instance, under these principles, internet service providers or ISPs are unable to intentionally block, slow down, or change what is that? Money? Charge money, sorry, for specific websites or online content. Basically, it allows you to go and see whatever you want without any extra charges, server fees, special treatment, anything. It gives a mom and pop company just as much a chance of being found as a corporation on the internet. With the fact that this is passed on, unfortunately, net neutrality has been repealed. This bill has been repealed now, and the effect is going to be catastrophic in the future if we don't say something right now. Juancho.
Yes.
Fantastic. Kylo-Sam, now you...
no, but I thought you were going to ask me a question.
No, I was saying, I just made my little speech. I don't know if you wanted to chime in.
Oh, yeah, no. You know...
He just said yes. I was like, that was okay.
I thought you were going to ask me a question. Well, with net neutrality, I know, like, for example, Verizon, Comcast, AT&T, you know, they made a statement about it. But their statement was very... not to the point where the customer felt like they were not going to be doing what net neutrality prevents them from doing. It's kind of weird because remember this bill took place in 2011 during the Obama administration.
Yes.
Oh, it did. Okay.
So, well, how was the internet in 2008, 2009? I wasn't a big surfer the internet. Only thing I did was play World of Warcraft during those times.
Right.
So I really didn't surf the internet or did much of it. The latency and the speed of the internet I didn't really see an effect on it.
Right.
So I'm curious to know now how good, now that I know what the internet is, what I'm paying for it, and the speed that I'm expecting for all my websites, how is that going to change? So I'm very curious.
It's going to change. I mean, that's obvious because you're going to favor, let's say, Hulu. You know, Hulu now has a contract with what was it, AT&T or something like that, and then Netflix is with T-Mobile. Guess what? Those are going to run faster. Why? Because you have a common interest in things, and kind of like how most recently, I think one of the companies pulled something like Amazon. I believe Amazon was not
too thrilled.
No. Amazon wasn't properly promoting the Google Home Mini thing, and and so they said, you know what, you're doing this to us. We're gonna pull it off of us, and we're gonna pull off now. The Fire Sticks can't use Chromecast anymore.
Oh wow, really?
Because you guys are now using, since you guys are now using you're promoting your own Fire Sticks over our Chromecast. They were not being, so it wouldn't come up. Maybe you'd see 10, 20 Fire Sticks, then maybe a Chromecast right there. So stuff like that. They're gonna favor those, or you're gonna have websites and corporations saying, hey, listen, just give us a little more, an incentive, and go to us and block certain things, and you will never even know that what you're missing. You can't complain about what you're not missing. Yep. Kylo-Sam. Now you didn't know much about net neutrality until we discussed it right now. Yeah. Now you read the video, you heard the description. As some of our listeners who are unfamiliar, you are a good speaking box about how you feel about this right now. How does this make you feel?
I'm concerned. Concerned because the internet is a place where mom and pop businesses, as you mentioned, have a way to make their product, and you can have the guy next to the corner
the sky's the limit.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Making great pies, making great hot dogs, whatever. This was an opportunity for you to put your product out there and to make it known. Now there's less opportunity to be given to those who may have a great product.
So what if mom and pop has a cherry pie that is the ish and it's fantastic, it's getting out there. Betty Crocker though says like, let's say pay a little extra, then the search disappears.
Exactly.
And you don't get out there. More personally, Vibe Revelation Studios is an independent freelance video production studio. You're listening to us right now.
Okay.
And it's already hard enough for me to break into the network as it is, let alone knowing that those companies that are more established are going to squeeze me out of the search. And I spend a lot of time on SEO, search engine optimization, just for net neutrality, to say, listen, there's a good chance you're not going to be found ever again at all. Yes. So,
and I would add one more thing also.
By all means.
It was mentioned as well for students. Basically being able to find information, videos, tutorial. One of the thing that I appreciate with the internet itself, being a musician, a guitar player, I play some classical, to see how you can find tutorials.
Did you guys hear that shameless plug?
Yes.
You repeat that again.
Don't forget my mixtape.
And it's mistake.
Okay, good.
Okay, so
Mozart 2.0.
Mozart.
But, you do find a lot of things. A lot of things have become more available, or you can do it better by looking at a video and go, oh, okay, I'm able to do this.
Of course.
So the amount of information, valuable information for students.
Yes.
Exactly. And the scarier part to me is to be able to control what is out there. So
potential censorship. Thank you so much for saying.
You can censor
I was
money.
waiting for somebody to say it. That's obvious. Potential censorship.
Let me read this article that just came out from The Verge. I'm reading this from The Verge. I haven't done the credibility for the sources, but it says Comcast just gave its employees $1,000 bonus because net neutrality is dead. That's what the title says.
Oh wow!
This is by Nick Stott from The Verge. The statement says here, based on the passage of the tax reform and the FCC action on broadband, Brian L. Roberts, chairman of the CEO of Comcast NBC Universal, announced that the company will award $1,000 bonus to the more than 100,000 eligible frontline and non-executive employees.
What are they celebrating? I mean, really now.
Here's another one from AT&T. Comcast says it plans to spend its excess $50 billion over the next 5 years investing in infrastructure and building out physical broadband plants and funding entertainment ventures in TV and film. The news coincides with AT&T's similar announcement today that it plans to give 200,000 employees $1,000 bonus each in response to, well, this talks about the tax reform, so I really don't know how much. A lot of, and this was one of my problems.
Okay, no, but
it's a little bit different from tax reform, and we're talking about neutrality, so I apologize about that.
Okay.
But still,
but
the coincidence?
They're giving bonuses, potentially rewarding. Listen, our day job does give bonuses, but it's when you meet a quota, when you've done something to earn it. What are they saying they've done to earn the bonus for losing net neutrality? Now you're looking at a little deeper layer, because what?
You're going somewhere there, man.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this is where we get into censorship, potential censorship, and it's not potential. It is written on the wall that censorship will exist, and Just like how some companies don't have certain channels, you go to a different thing. You might have to go to a different provider just to get a certain section of the internet
that you need. Yeah,
that's a problem. Or what if? Let's be reasonable. What if the big ISP providers just say, listen, let's divide the internet into chunks. You'll have one chunk, I'll have one chunk, you'll have one chunk. So you'll have the sports, you'll have the news, you'll have the social media, and you can have, and what are you gonna do? And that's how they don't compete with each other, or how they. So it's something. When I heard that it passed, I thought it was not going to pass. I'm sorry. I thought
the same thing too.
There was no way that this was going to be repealed. There was no way. It didn't make any sense. I didn't see what purpose repealing this would have done. It's like, okay, deregulation. I don't see how this is hurting the bottom line. I really don't.
No.
But what I think it is doing is increasing the bottom line. It allows them to now just get extra fees. I'm telling you, we're going to start seeing these extra fees. And maybe you won't even know them. Let's say you're going to kind of like how they kind of used to be like long distance fees, back in the day, and you'd only know after you dialed. So what if a portion of the internet they'll charge long distance fees? What if I want to go to Amazon for Canada? For whatever reason, their site, I'm going to be charged a long distance fee now. Yeah. It's potential. Anything is possible, and these fees are just going to show up out of nowhere, and we're not even going to know what they are. Service fee, net neutrality fee.
Because you went.
It's unfortunate, and all I can say is, and what I said the last podcast, and we have yet to do an in-depth video about it. I'm working on it because this has to be this won't be funny. I'm sorry. Yeah. It'll be a Geek Bros like call to action. I'm talking with Juancho about. We're going to work on it, but. You need to call your congressman, and or your governor or your senator, and you need to get on this, and you need to back Massachusetts suing the FCC. I'm gonna keep following this story, and I'm gonna do whatever I can with my skills to assist to make sure that we get this heard. I have not necessarily ever been an advocate. Now, of course, you guys know that I'm a very controversial individual. There's a lot of things I like to talk about. He's so
controversial, man.
Exactly, but I don't ever act on most of it. Why? Because I've got an image, and
when you mess with the internet, you mess with the world.
When you mess with something that's core and fundamental to our civil rights, even to the Bill of Rights, to our ability to life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, whatever, just pure potential of censorship. It always begins. It's a starting point. It's a flashpoint. You get away with this. They try a little something else. They get away with that, try a little something else. And I don't want to be in my 60s saying, I remember when YouTube was free and I made these videos with this guy. I forget his name. He's unimportant. So I mean, I'm laughing about it, guys, but it's a call to action. Get out there, and you need to help to fight back against repealing net neutrality. Juancho, final words?
Guys, in all serious notes, let's get out there and voice. I know even though the vote still passed, there's still time for
nothing is set in stone.
There's still time for the Supreme Court to rule or be able to help out as well.
It's got to be unconstitutional somehow. Kylo-Sam, final thoughts.
I didn't know anything about it, so please find information. Information is power.
That's it. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. What is next on the block?
Disney.
All right, so I didn't even really care too much about it because kind of Disney overshadowed net neutrality. And here's my thing, controversial person. I believe this was a smokescreen because as this was happening, parallel there
was a voting going on.
Exactly. It happened at the same time.
Yeah, at the same time.
Mind blown.
This happened at the same time, so everybody was focused on Disney, and then that neutrality thing was able to squeeze by. I was following it. No. That's why I didn't care. So yes, Disney buys Fox. Nobody cares.
This is how I started. This is how I started. Disney buys Fox. Disney cancels their plan with Netflix. Why? And I knew they were up to something when they canceled it, because they're just not going to cancel a good deal they have with Netflix. This wasn't about their brand new net streaming.
Oh, excuse me. That's what I was going to say.
This was about purchasing Fox, 21st Century Fox, and getting the rights to Hulu.
Oh, because
they're getting ready.
Stocks in Hulu.
They're getting ready for their streaming service, so they're going to go after Hulu, change it, and make it the whole Disney streaming service. They're getting ready.
Hulu presented by Disney.
Wow,
similar. This is just my theory about why.
Look at Juancho getting controversial up in this mug.
Hey, man, it's scaring me.
Now, yes, I'm excited for Disney buying 21st Century Fox because
fanboy.
Exactly. I'm the fanboy. I'm excited. Now, I am nervous to certain shows. For example, The Simpsons, which they've been running for about
Just let it
30
die.
seasons.
Just let it die.
They've been struggling this past year, and they still have their contract, I think, till 2020 or 2019. I'm scared that Disney might not renew their contract because Disney's all about making money. If they're not making money with The Simpsons, they're going to kick the can. Now, the funny part is, Universal Studios in Orlando,
Get in the shaft.
they just lost. They lost Marvel.
Get in the shaft.
The Simpsons land was just recently opened about 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's true.
So all these lands that the Universal Studios have,
we don't know how the contracts work with that, but they got gutted.
Pretty much.
Because you know what we're talking about. They have a Marvel Comics area.
I
and
love
they have a
that
Simpsons
place.
anime. That's like what a quarter of their park.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing. The response to Universal, supposedly there's supposed to be a Super Mario or Nintendo Land, which will take place. I don't know where, but
Where the Marvel stuff was.
Universal. What are your plans? Do you have any backup? Do you have any
You know what? If you ever
ammo
see
for this? 'Cause
Mario with claws, that's where Wolverine was.
Disney is coming up with they're taking over the world. There was a funny post that I posted on Facebook. But keep going while I pull it up.
I don't even want to talk about this. This is not even important to me. Kylo-Sam.
Yes. I thought you were asking a question. No, sorry. You cut me there.
You just need to smile at this. Yes. How do you feel about the Disney acquiring Fox?
I mean, if you
I need you to answer from two. There's the fanboy response, and then there's the oh my god response. Where do you land on it? I'm oh my god, and oh my god is a bad thing, not a good thing.
Oh, okay, all right. I was gonna say, well, I'm closer to you.
Exactly. Because
It's like
the threat of monopoly and monopolizing our entertainment, that's where I'm at. Now, is everybody...
Because if I can say,
please.
through entertainment, you can pass a lot of ideas at the same time.
Of course you can.
Because that's when you model
Disney
someone.
has an agenda. We know Disney has an agenda.
Here's the thing that I read. 2009, Disney buys Marvel. 2012, Disney buys Lucasfilms. 2017, Disney buys 21st Century Fox. 2019, Disney buys Paramount Pictures. 2022, Disney buys Universal Studios. 2027, Disney attempts to buy Warner Brothers, but Warner Brothers tells them to fuck off.
Oh, wow.
2028, Disney, being highly pissed off, acquires their own private military. 2029, Disney storms the headquarters of Warner Brothers, killing many and taking the company by force. 2032, Disney buys nukes and black markets terrorists. 2034, Disney buys Microsoft. 2036, Disney declares war against the entertainment industry. 2037, skirmishes between private militaries occur in Hollywood and other places around the country. 2038, Disney nukes Hollywood. 2044, Disney buys the United States of America. 2045, Disney reorganizes the American government in a totalitarian dictatorship deemed the People's Republic of Disney. 2047,
People's Republic of
the
Disney.
Republic of Disney moves to annex Mexico and Canada with the military might of Mickey Mouse. 2051, PRD buys celestial bodies such as the Moon and Mars. 2056, PRD colonizes Mars. 2059,
PRD is the People's Republic of Disney, by the way.
PRD colonizes the rest of the solar system. 2064, PRD starts construction of the Dyson Sphere in the Sol system. 2075, PRD scientists discovered the FTL space travel.
FTL is Battlestar Galactica.
Faster than light.
Yes, but that's what they use in Battlestar Galactica. Shut up.
First PRD voyage to Alpha Centauri
Mr.
system
FTL
is
drugs.
successfully completed. 2079, PRD successfully established a one-world government.
Look out.
2080, PRD sends millions of military warships out through the galaxy, conquering extraterrestrial life on every planet and solar system. You saw how I read that? Extraterrestrial?
Yeah.
2092, Dyson Sphere in a solar system is complete. 2100, I'm already dead by then.
Exactly.
PRD reaches Type 3 civilization status, creating a galactic dictatorship under the people of Disney. 2004, Marvel and X-Men fans are still excited about new movies.
See, that is the epitome of what I'm talking about. Is that these fanboys aren't looking at the bigger picture. I get it. Fox may now be able to all the characters minus whoever's missing. Sony, of course, can come back now and join Marvel.
Yeah.
Yay! That's not the point. We're doing fine with where we are.
The only thing that they weren't about to acquire The article here says this story previously stated that Fox sold the rights to Futurama to Sci-Fi earlier this year. However, the arrangement is non-exclusive and only applies to the broadcast outside of Fox. We've edited this article to reflect this. So they made changes to the article.
They're not going to bring Futurama back. I mean, it's a great show, but they're not bringing it back. But the reality is that as great as this is for you fanboys out there, you've got to take a step back, breathe, and realize that this is a potential monopoly.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not good. It squeezes out the diversity of creativity. It has a potential for abuse, and agendas can be pushed through.
I understand that, but as well, and what I liked about this, that Bob Iger has stated that.
Bob Iger?
Bob Iger stated that.
Oh, no, he is eager too. I've seen the guy. Okay, sorry.
Disney and R-rated films, they don't go hand in hand, but they actually stated that they will keep R-rated films.
Well, because they're still going to keep things.
As long as we tell the audience what's coming. So they're not just going to make an R-rated film and tell the audience, oh, you're going to expect. No, they're going to be telling the audience, this is what you're going to expect. It's an R-rated film.
Well, no, I mean, they're not going to do anything like that because just because they bought Marvel, I don't see no Disney logo appears before the Marvel movies.
No,
there's no Disney logo that appears before Lucasfilm. But you know on the back end, this is a subsidy of Disney now. So, of course, anything that's going to be R-rated, it's going to say, the Wonderful World of Disney. It'll be at the end of the credits, the logo. No. So that's not going to change. I'm not concerned about, look, let's give down to brass tacks, okay? Stop texting while we are doing. You tell me all the time I can't use my phone while we're podcasting. I haven't touched my phone once. Okay, so what we have to really get down to brass tacks: censorship. This is not looking good for the future. We have net neutrality, potential censorship, and internet monopolization. Now we've got Disney acquiring more. That's Marvel, Lucasfilm, and now Fox. That's huge. And in a very small span of time, by the way. Okay? That's like in war. What is that? I don't know what it's called. When you start acquiring territory, you're an aggressive annexation. Yeah, maybe annexing, but you're seen as an aggressive nation.
Yeah.
What Disney seems like is an aggressive entertainment company now. I
think with all the money that they're making with Marvel and Lucasfilm, they don't know what to do with all the money. Hey, Disney, send me a couple bucks.
No, it's all about money. They want more money, more and more and more money, more and more power. But the simple fact of the matter is that the potential for a disastrous decline in creativity and product is there, and it is immediate. Okay?
Because if you don't fit their mold, imagine you come up with a groundbreaking idea for something new.
Exactly.
But you don't fit our mold, Jason, so it's a nice script, but no.
Or even better, it's a nice script, but we're going to do all these changes.
You know when I thought that they were going to buy 21st Century Fox, you know how Disney owns ABC. Their ESPN programming, their sports entertainment network has not been doing too good recently. Their CEO got, was it fired or he quit? I think he resigned. No, he resigned.
Yeah.
They've been struggling. So I thought maybe, they're going to probably get Fox Network, the sports. This has nothing to do with the sports. This is strictly only for the entertainment part of Fox.
Of it.
Not to do with the sports. So if those who think, Fox and ESPN will still be ESPN,
Disney
lost,
presents ESPN.
ESPN lost a lot of the games for college football. A lot of the games now are played on Fox TV.
Well, you know that for a fact that I don't follow sports whatsoever, unless you, Darflex, drag me out to something, and then
Darflex doesn't watch football.
Really? No,
only I do.
Only UFC then. Okay.
Yeah. And
well, fantastic. And you are the absolute opposite of what I would think of a man that watches football or a man in general. So it's just
And you're a boy.
That's okay. But I'm still a man.
Oh, you're a porg.
I'm your porg.
Good damn right.
I see a disturbance here. I do feel
in the forest.
Yes.
But agendas aside, I mean, I don't know, guys. I'm asking the fanboy community, especially the Marvel fanboy community, please stop for a minute, think critically, and instead of supporting this, realize that the abuse and misuse of all this is potential. And I don't want to be applauding them going further, acquiring more entertainment. We want diversity. We want new things. We don't want remakes, reboots, sequels. Remakes, reboots, sequels. Remakes, reboots, sequels. Remakes, reboots, sequels.
The law. There's laws to prevent any big monopolization.
Yes.
Because, for example,
But they're always around them.
T-Mobile and I think it was airlines. There was an airline that we were trying to merge. It couldn't because they would not be able to be competitive. So I think as long as they don't mess with the market,
Not necessarily. There's a monopoly. We have a monopoly right now. FPL is monopoly.
because it's the only electrical power plant in the Florida. But
That's
besides
by whom?
another-
By whom? You know what I'm saying? All you have to do then is break it. Then what they would do is they break FPL up into 2 or 3 companies.
There you go.
And you still have the infrastructure.
There are ways around it.
There's ways around it.
Yeah.
FPL is that's the Florida Light and Power. That's Florida's South Florida's.
Yes.
Yes.
Florida.
All of Florida.
Yeah.
All of Florida's electrical company. I don't think so, but okay.
No, I think
No, they do. I think it's
You think
Florida.
so?
Is
'Cause
it all Florida? Okay, that's fine.
Because who else
They're
do
the
you have
only.
north?
They're the
Duke?
only.
I
Well,
forgot the
Con
name of
Ed.
it.
Con Ed is up there, isn't there? Is it Con Edison anymore?
I thought it
don't
was
even know.
okay. Well, for this,
But for the point of the matter is that monopolies do exist.
They give us power.
They do exist.
how we're able
so
to record today.
We have a problem.
Thank you, FPL.
That's the point. I'm not saying anything wrong with FPL, but I'm just saying that monopolies do exist.
No, I know.
The
Yeah.
municipal utilities, most of them are
And but yet they
monopolies.
still get away. Yes, consider, but they still get away with it. I don't know how.
And that's my point.
Yeah.
So if
No,
they
there's
can get away
ways.
with it,
There's
Disney
ways.
can get away with
There are
it.
legal monopolies.
There's ways
yeah.
Disney will get away from it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what
Disney.
you're talking about. Okay, and speaking of Disney, Lucasfilm's latest Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Star Wars.
I actually have
The Last Jedi.
The Last Jedi. I do have some stuff from our fan here, El Profe.
Okay, I'll let you. I'll let you read the fan responses first. Then you're gonna give your
Yep.
review. I will. I'll have
Kylo-Sam.
Kylo-Sam do it, and then I'm gonna give you my 9-point bullets review.
Dang. I'm
So
looking.
here's the thing.
Okay.
Here's from El Profe. Considering how I felt about The Last Jedi is tough. Johnson, and I quote, Johnson's vision for his film works because Johnson's vision for his film works because he challenged and usurps our expectations
Usurps, yes.
of the characters and how the plot should flow.
Oh,
In the
dang.
first 10
That's a strong
minutes,
take.
when we see Luke's reaction to being handed his old lightsaber, we see as an audience are told what to expect from the film. In challenging our expectations, we as an audience are forced to reflect and evaluate those expectations as individuals and as a fandom.
Who is this?
This is El Profe.
I don't know who that is, but wow, that's a really well written.
El Profe, man.
El Profe knows English. I think
He knows English. What does that mean?
Yeah, well,
it's a really well written. It's a
um,
very well written. It's like a professional
professor.
critique. Oh, okay.
He teaches,
Oh, the professor,
he
El
teaches
Profe.
English. That's why he
Okay,
knows English.
that was a really well
Strong
that
take,
kind of
man.
that kind of.
Now we go to
I
Darth.
didn't like the movie. Then I feel bad.
This is Darth Flexes.
Oh, look out.
I liked it because it's Star Wars. It's my childhood.
Mm.
I'm not there to look at it through the eyes of a skeptic or a critic. Just enjoy Star Wars and the universe Starflex American and the universe it has brought to me. I love to continue my favorite stories. It could have been all puppets and I would have loved it. And Vibe is a grumpy cat with a receding hairline.
Ooh.
My hairline is not receding. That's just one. Not even close. Thinning, maybe. No, wait, stop. But no. You see, that is the epitome of an opinion of a true fanboy with no critical thinking skills. Bam.
Okay. Louis
Garbanzo.
where did he go? Garbanzo said. What the heck?
Garbanzo said, I like it a lot. Moving on.
Garbanzo says, overall, the movie was amazing, but I still want to know who are the Knights of Ren. We all do, Garbanzo. We all do.
We all do.
Why did they make Phasma into the new Boba Fett? I don't know, Garbanzo. I still need to watch it again to make my final decision. But the universe is torn right now. This is the quote from my best friend Eric. So, there's a conversation between him and Eric. It says, there's one more. Right. What are you talking about? That was clearly the return of the Jedi. Rebellion on the frizz. Yoda's a ghost. The Sith Lords can be redeemed. A bad guy was thrown down an electrical blue tube. A Jedi faded into the Force. A weird, cute plush toy made it on screen. A giant command ship went down, and Sith Master bit the dust at the hands of his apprentice.
Very hard.
Don't you start. What movie were you watching? Dude, actually scenes were lifted and followed from The Return of the Jedi. Of course, I like this movie because it was a remake of The Return of the Jedi.
Oh, wow. Wow. Oh, really?
Okay. So we're gonna go round robin. Juancho, we saw Star Wars: The Last Jedi early opening night, 6:00, which was a disaster for us to get there. We sat next to each other. Okay, we were wearing matching shirts.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the same shirts we have. The same shirts that we have here. It's actually in the review
Please
as well.
don't say that ever again.
Okay.
Because from my perspective, that doesn't sound good.
We
Keep
wear
going.
matching shirts
Oh.
every time we go to the movies.
Yes.
It's a Geek Bros tradition. You were around when we did that.
Yeah, you were. You
Please don't use
were.
my...
Okay.
I'm on camera, guys.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
okay, keep on.
Well, he's now he's a little bit squeamish about it, but off camera, okay. Kylo-Sam is like, "Where's my shirt?"
So I enjoyed the movie a lot.
That's unfortunate.
You know what? Is this how you're gonna be the whole time I'm giving my?
I'm
my
sorry.
take
I'm
on
sorry.
it?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I saw the movie twice. The first time I saw it, I was like, "Oh, you know, so amazing." The second time I saw the movie, actually taking down and looking at its story, it was great. Yes, I can nitpick certain parts of the movie, but the movie overall to me was great. I enjoyed the character development throughout for all four of the main characters. I did like what they did with Kylo Ren. He's not whiny anymore. He feel like now he can take the Force.
He has an
I
awesome
wasn't-
chest, too. He has to work
very,
out on his
very.
carb a little bit more. Cut down.
You guys know here that I'm a Sith supporter. I guess you will say that. I like the Sith a lot.
There's no Sith in this movie.
No, hold on. But the Empire, I guess the Empire as whole. Then I was like, you know what? The First Order I didn't really enjoy as much because it felt a little ruthless. But after Kylo taking over reins, I loved it. I'm really enjoying
What changed? Nothing changed between Kylo and Snoke. What are you talking about?
I felt there was a change.
What was the change?
Leave me alone.
I want you to give me an
But can I
example. What
finish?
was the change? No, because you said that there was a change between Snoke and
I think
Kylo.
the change
Kylo
was-
had him for 30 minutes.
But you see the change now. Kylo has more authority. Not authority.
You said
but
the First Order changed when Kylo
did.
took over. How?
they became more brutalist, more heartless. They're like
Really?
Yeah, I felt
How?
you can see it.
They slaughtered a village in the first movie.
But
The
Okay.
7th movie. The original. Look.
Okay, well, the
okay,
previous
let me
one.
continue. I did enjoy
See
Finn.
what happens when I have these fanboys think critically about what they're
I
saying?
enjoy Finn. Finn's character development was awesome. He continued being the same character. They didn't try to make him into a hero or anything like
So
that.
that's
more
not
than that.
development. That's consistency.
Development for me. Okay. I love Rose, the mechanic. Cute girl. Very, very awesome. I love Benicio del Toro's character. Amazing role. I can't wait to see
You like
this guy.
that?
Yes.
You liked it?
I loved it.
Oh my god.
It was amazing. I love the porks. Who doesn't love porks? Porks life matter. Chewy, we got problems for that. I love the porks. Overall, the story was great. I can nitpick a little bit things. For example, the thing that I'm still scratching my head about was the whole what is it called? The lady with the umbrella.
Yes, the whole movie.
No, the umbrella.
Right, it was the whole movie.
Mary Poppins scene with Leia. I loved it, but I
It wasn't really
didn't
a
love
Mary
it.
Poppins scene, but okay.
It was because she's like floating through the air.
That's more of like it was more of like a Superman, or I'll even let you say Red Tornado, but not Mary Poppins. But cool stuff. Carry on.
Yes. As I continue before I was really interrupted. I didn't enjoy Snoke's death. I felt that.
Did we say spoilers?
Oh, spoilers! Already in the comments. If you haven't watched the movie, then you're not part of the 22 billion so far. That they made.
Nobody cares.
222 million.
Nobody
Okay.
cares.
Anyway, second grossing opening movie of all time right now. So the movie was good.
I'd rather
I
see
enjoyed it
Titanic.
a lot.
Well, Titanic. don't like it.
Another thing
It
that
was a good movie. I mean,
Okay.
the other thing that
Okay,
I
right,
actually
no.
enjoyed a lot was
Disrespect
Kanto.
Titanic, man.
Kanto was a beautiful city. Listen, I have nothing really much bad to say other than Snoke's death, and I wish they could have given more time to Phasma.
So what
But-
you're saying is basically is that you turned your brain off, and that it allowed you to enjoy the
Hold on,
movie
hold on.
as a whole.
No,
Then
no, no.
because what nothing you said made any coherent sense
are
at
you the
all.
same fan that didn't like Episode 1?
What?
Star
Yeah,
Wars-
I did not like. I didn't like episode 1.
Exactly. There's gonna be.
I didn't
now
like the
that
prequels
we're
at all.
real-
Right.
I love the prequels. I really enjoyed every single prequel. I have no problem with any of the prequels.
Which is an odd thing to say.
It's a beautiful thing to say. Now, this is how I'm gonna end my statement.
Bring
Ryan
it
Johnson is in charge of the next trilogy,
You mean J.J. Abrams? Oh, you mean the side one?
the new one, the new
Right.
trilogy coming up.
Okay.
He's in charge of it.
Not for long.
He's gonna be. I don't have any problem with the movie. I think he did a great job. I mean,
okay. Well, when I break it down, because you see, you just made general statements without backing up anything. Now, when I have my arguments, I have bullets for this, and I'm going to tell you line by line what was wrong with this movie. But we're going to get to that point. No, and I'll let you respond because I want to hear you respond. And before we get into that, though, I'd love to hear a voice of reason before I start ranting.
Okay, really?
Okay,
where is he?
Kylo-Sam.
Oh, really?
Okay, will now give us his unfiltered opinion of Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Now, this is an opinion, ladies and gentlemen, that you're not going to hear on the Geek Bros Star Wars: The Last Jedi non-spoiler review. So, listen closely and listen to something for the wisdom. Go, sir.
I would like to say this. In a world where we romanticize the past, I also so happen to be part of it. Everything when we grew up was better. Why? Because it makes us relevant. It makes us stay relevant. Michael better than Kobe. Michael better than LeBron. Michael better than whoever it will be. In my mind, it will always be better because that's the time I grew up.
Understood.
Growing up, seeing Superman, he was the greatest thing until, I stopped and someone said, but Sam, all he does is put a pair of glasses on and come over on the other side and no one can recognize him. But part of me is like, yeah, but it's still, I had, unfortunately, the same experience with this particular movie, The Last Jedi. My expectation, and of course this is an opinion.
Of course.
This is how I have it. I will not go in and dissect as much as, both of you guys, but this is what happened. I went to the movie with a group of friends. Wifey was there. Enjoyed the heck out of it. Then, on our way back, we started talking about the movie. And we talked a bit more. And we talked a bit more. And we talked a bit more.
Let me just get this straight before the crux. You guys talked a bit about it.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. And little by little, something started happening. And that thing is, I had been entertained. I had seen great chase, great, computer anime. It was awesome. But then I stopped and I started to realize, Samuel, you know one thing? The essence. You know how you feed a kid fast food?
Yes.
They love it. They're happy. You're the best dad. But after a while, the nutritional value is lacking.
If any at all, yes.
I found myself going into that. But I was still holding on until my wife went to see the movie the second time. I couldn't go. Then she came back and I was yearning to get something from her expression to convince me, no, Samuel, it isn't so. Or no, Kylo, oops. But anyways. And I didn't find it. And when I asked, well, wifey, so she said, well, yeah, it's what we thought. So I'm left with that feeling right now. Great movie? Yes, it is a great movie. In the line of Star Wars, have I seen better? Yes, I have, unfortunately. And I would leave it as that.
That is probably the most comprehensive discussion or opinion about this, because not only did you not start... you started with that initial wow factor. You had that, yes, this is great.
Yeah.
And then you let it sit and you let it sink in and you started to analyze what you watched, to break it down in your own mind. Not even as like a movie critic, just in general, the plot points, and you realize that it left you feeling hollow.
Yes, there was something missing,
and there was a lot missing, and I respect that, because I wish I had that. I wish I walked out of that movie saying,
yes,
"Wow, that was great."
Yes, that was,
and then at least I had that moment. And so I sat in the movie theater just deep sighing for the most part.
Oh wow!
I wish I had that moment. That's why I envy you, because even though you're coming a little more full circle, you would at least remember that when you walked out, you were having a good
definitely
time, and it kind of just slowly eroded, kind of like it was unfulfilling.
I tried to do that, have a hollow feeling. I just couldn't. I just enjoyed the movie so much that even the second time even more.
Okay, well, here's the thing. This movie was, in my opinion, very pretty movie. I mean, oh my god,
you gotta give it. Yeah,
it was visually stunning. I can't complain about any of that stuff. Visually stunning, but that is really all I can say that I liked about it. Consistently, but in reality, I only liked 3 things. I liked the opening space battle scene,
epic.
That was holy crap. I love that. That had me ready until I heard the first joke. which was, I mean, they have telephones in space? Like, are we serious? Come on now. So, then, what was the other thing that I liked? I liked, oh my god.
Oh, really?
I liked the Rey and the Rey and Kylo team up. That was really cool. That short little battle scene, that was pretty cool. It was, but it was cool looking. It was stupid, but it was very cool looking. Okay. And there was a third thing. What was the third thing? There was a third thing.
The porgs.
And what was the third thing? Kylo-Sam, what was the third thing I told you?
Yeah, I know you mentioned it, but it's escaping me right now.
Oh yes, the self-sacrifice of Vice Admiral Holdo and her hyperspace splitting.
Oh yeah, no, that was awesome.
That.
And then
I want a screenshot of that. That's gonna go up on here. Could you imagine if I put that on this?
Awesome.
Oh my god, that was the only things that I liked about it.
No sound.
Basically,
pretty much, split them all in half.
No sound.
And no sound. That was a brilliant move. It was so powerful. Okay, and the visuals, it looks so good. I need to get screenshots of that so I can put it up here and rotate them because it would look beautiful and stunning. But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. It's just 3 things. I was thoroughly upset with this movie from the minute that Poe Dameron made that "please hold" joke, and he made a "yo mama" joke. He made a "yo mama" joke in Star Wars. This is a galaxy far, far away, a long, long time ago.
Well, they still have mothers.
I know that, but
you don't talk about any mothers in any extraterrestrial race.
Yo mama
man.
jokes.
Oh no, that's serious stuff.
Okay, so I'm gonna bring it down. I have 9 points, and I'm gonna break it down right now, and you guys are welcome to talk about it. But it's called The Last Jedi Cons. My first major gripe: everything Luke.
Oh,
everything Luke. Look.
Don't be sacrilegious.
Look, check it out. Okay, look.
Huh.
When they left, JJ left The Force Awakens on a cliffhanger. It was powerful, it was moving, it was emotional. Okay? Do you see how jarring it is to go from her lip trembling and him looking at it and he looking all somber and does anything in his facial expression scream, I'm gonna chuck the lightsaber over my shoulder and walk by grumpy? That was the minute he did that. No, I won't lie. I chuckled. I was unexpected, but it was really. If you wanted it to be underwhelming, fine. You could have just had him not even take it in his hand, walk past her, but just and walk by. I'm sorry, that took me out of the movie. I already knew this movie was gonna be a farce at that moment.
Oh wow!
At that moment, okay. Then they get into his backstory, okay, and JJ said in his movie that he potentially left. Han said he potentially left to go look for the first Jedi Temple for reasons. We thought there was actually a reason behind it. No, he's just there to die. He doesn't really care. I mean, he has the books, but I don't know why he has the books. He doesn't care. He wants to die. So yeah, of course, that doesn't mean anything to me. Why not? What really bothered me, besides the fact that he hates the Jedi now, so somehow he hates Jedi because of these texts. He's like, they gotta die or they were crappy, and even though I tried to make my own Jedi, they were all crappy. Because of his own decision. Nothing but the Jedi made set up the situation. He made the situation. You're talking about the hero of the rebellion. What we think at the time, the only surviving Jedi in Return of the Jedi. And he is convinced. Master Yoda doesn't believe so. Leia doesn't believe so. Obi-Wan doesn't believe so. That there is light in the most heinous person in the galaxy, Darth Vader. He swears, I don't even care how childish you can say it was or how wishful thinking it was. He said he can be redeemed. He can be brought back. Padme said that in the prequels. Well, Miss Padme loved her, and he only just turned. You're talking about how long? We're talking about 2 decades worth of atrocities.
Done by
Vader atrocities that he knew of, and some that he's seen, and even that his sister / ex-love interest even went through some stuff. Vader put his friends through some stuff.
Yeah.
But he knew in his heart he can be turned. You're telling me that somehow the darkness in Ben Solo was so great, and he hadn't done anything yet, by the way, was so great. His first idea was to murder him. Fleeting as it was. This is the same character that saw good in Darth Vader's 20 years of hell on the galaxy.
But hold on, he did stop.
It doesn't matter.
He wanted, but he stopped, and he's like, you know what? And then that's when all...
It doesn't matter. If somebody else tried to kill him, I understand. You're talking about Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker turned the second most evil dark Jedi Sith over to the light side. You think that would make you think that you could do it for your own nephew? This is your nephew.
Most likely he's more powerful than his nephew.
But his nephew hasn't done anything yet.
As a matter of fact,
And
yeah,
that's
you
what
got a
Ray
point.
said.
Yeah.
Okay,
Ray
he
said that
hasn't
as well.
done anything yet. Furthermore, always changing. What does Yoda say? That the future always changes. Nothing is set in stone. He told that to Luke. So Luke looked into his future, saw the pain, and the pain was so great that he hadn't done anything. He had condemned his nephew there. He didn't even ask Leia. He didn't talk to Han. You're gonna murder your sister and your best friend's son because of what you think he's gonna do in the future. I'm sorry. He created the fact that they made that Luke Skywalker is the bane of the existence. He's the one that created Kylo Ren. I was like, oh no, that is not what Han said. Han said an apprentice betrayed him and burned his stuff down. No, he betrayed his apprentice. They did a 180 on the story. So what does that mean? That Luke lied to Leia and Han.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's great. He's our savior. Fantastic. He's a liar.
Well, no.
I'm sorry. I'm not talking about the grumpy stuff. He can be grumpy all he wants, but what led the galaxy to this spot right now, what led him to where he is his own doing. He did it himself. Where's the wisdom? He was more wise in his early 20s than he was in his 50s. I'm sorry. Luke was the dropped plot threads. The dropped plot threads from Force Awakens. I'm gonna go down them. Rey's mystery parents. They're nobody. Okay, that's great. Then why do we make it seem like a mystery?
There's more to it. There's more.
There is
to
no
it.
more to it.
Please don't
there
tell
is
me
no more
it's
to
in
it.
the next movie that they're gonna say he was lying.
I read
that. I would not be able to.
I don't want to hear it. No, I don't want to hear it.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't. No, because I don't
here's
care.
the thing.
No, stop, Juan. Because post-mortem means nothing. I'm talking
I'm
about
not
the
talking
movie.
about. I'm talking about this movie.
No, you're post-mortem. Oh my god.
Kylo saw who Rey's parents. Kylo decided to tell her who her parents were.
Who said it? Who said it?
Kylo.
He didn't say it.
He said your parents are
nobody.
No,
nobodies.
stop. He said, "Say it," and she said they were nobody.
Because he knew they were nobodies.
And then he filled it in. She said they were nobody first.
Because that's what she felt. So he didn't usually. He could have told her.
The
These
fact
are
of
who
the
your
matter
parents
is,
are.
I don't care what it says post-mortem. The movies told us that her parents are nobody. That's
Okay,
all we're working
fine.
on right now.
Her
That's
parents
all
are
we're working
nobody,
on right
but
now.
there's more to it
Okay,
than that.
I'm sure. Okay, fine. I'm not talking about those. I'm not projecting to the future, Juan. I'm talking about right now.
Okay, but
what did the movie?
Kylo gave us.
Hold on.
Kylo gave us what he wanted to tell us.
He didn't tell us anything.
He told us basically the backstory. They sold it for alcohol money.
He said that afterwards, but who said it first? Rey said they were nobody. Rey admitted it first.
Even Kylo said it. You know who they are.
You know who they are, and say it.
Kylo knew.
No. But he made Rey say it. The fact of the matter is, can we agree? They said her parents are nobody. We're not going to talk about what we think or what we projecting or what Kylo kind of he hinted at. No. They solved the mystery right now. As of right now, they solved the mystery. They're nobody. So what my gripe is, then why in The Force Awakens did you make it seem like her parents' lineage meant something?
Yeah, I thought she was related to Luke.
It doesn't matter who she could have been Mace Windu's love child for all I care. But if you intended on making them nobody, then you should have never built up the mystery. You didn't have to tell us who her parents were. We could have speculated, but they purposely made her lineage a mystery to be solved in future movies to let us down. Okay? Snoke's mystery. He's dead. There's no point of him.
There's no mystery there.
There's no mystery. We didn't learn anything about him. We don't know what his plan was. We don't know where he came from. We don't know how this random. And by the way, the old Empire was against aliens, and he's an alien. So how does he rise up to the ranks?
Oh, okay, yeah.
They were against aliens. There was a racism against aliens. How did this alien raise up to the top? There's a huge story there. No, he was a plot thread for Kylo. He was another failed parent for Kylo to lash out on. Is that what this was? That's all it was. So then why did we make Snoke seem ominous and like he was the big bad?
He was so big, yeah.
You know, that was a waste. Okay, Knights of Ren. Where are they? What happened? You don't think that maybe the Knights of Ren would love to be around to because their master failed, or where are they? What did not even a throwaway line? I sent the Knights of Ren to retrieve an artifact from the unknown regions. Give me something. You could have acknowledged. It's like you saw when you saw them in the Force vision. You knew they were going to be fleshed out in the second movie. That's it. You knew it. You felt it. You give us a little flash. We're gonna see him together, and we're gonna ride together. Can I ask a question? When he took over the First Order, why wasn't his first order his first decree to call back his knights to come and lead this? I want to go down there. Okay, go down there. But by the way, can you call the Knights of Ren? I've taken charge, and I want to wipe these guys out. Just they'll be late, but it's cool. Just no Knights of Ren. Not even a passing mention of the Knights of Ren. Worthless. The state of the galaxy after the destruction of the New Republic. I understand politics is not fun. They didn't like it. I love Bloodline, by the way. Bloodline was very political intrigue. That's how you should do a political thing in Star Wars. I get that they're shying away from it, but guess what? The Crawl said the First Order reigns. How? If this is picking up right after Starkiller Base was blown up, okay? Can we assume that there was millions upon millions of people on that base when it destroyed? Where's the recoil from that? Furthermore, why aren't we talking about the state of the galaxy? We go to Canto Bight and everybody's like, "Yay, slot coins!" Never mind that the new body of government for this entire galaxy got blown up and the First Order is running amok. I want to gamble because we're rich. No. Even if, yes, they were all arms dealers and they were all playing both sides, somebody's got to say something about it. They completely ignored the state of the galaxy. They did not. It was one line. The First Order reigns. And all I could say is how. I understand, but I don't understand because they got their big base blown up. How are they reigning? And this is taking place right after. I know they called all their ships in, but still, there's a moment where you have to sit back and say, holy crap, we just lost our planet. We lost millions of our people. No mention of the state of the galaxy, just moving on. Yeah, we blew up the New Republic, and then in return, they blew up Starkiller Base, but it doesn't even matter. On to the next thing. More action, take them out. No. Luke's quest, which I already mentioned, Luke's quest and his vanishing mystery. Why set up that plot thread? Why make it a mystery of why Luke disappeared? Just say it. Luke felt responsible, and he vanished. Not, he was looking for the first Jedi Temple. When you heard that Luke was looking for the first Jedi Temple, we thought he was looking for wisdom and knowledge to either start the Jedi over again, or to find a way to find out what's wrong with what happened to, or to find out the faults that made this happen in hopes to maybe correct it. I was thinking that Rey was going to find him, and he's going to say, listen, I don't want to train you. I'm not ready yet. I have yet to figure out where I went wrong, where the Jedi went wrong. Not that he went there to die, even though he found the books. And again, why did he have the books for? If you had if you went there to die, and you know this, why did you get the Jedi books? Why did you put them in there for? Why didn't you burn them originally? I know you were thinking about it, then you didn't want to do it, and then some Force puppet Yoda blew it.
Don't use the Yoda puppet.
Okay, listen, don't even say. Oh, it's down there. It's down there. Okay, so these are plot threads that were dropped that I did not. I just.
So these plot threads that you are talking about are what you wanted to see in the movie.
No, Juan. They were set up in The Force Awakens. That's classic storytelling.
There's still one more movie for the trilogy. Why can't you just wait until the end the movie before you talk about plot?
Then why set
let these
Juan.
things develop?
No, Juan.
I still feel like a lot of those things are still going to be developed. For example,
okay.
I'll break it down.
Okay.
Rey's parents. We're still gonna have an answer.
I'm not talking about the future. I'm not. We're talking about this movie. We're reviewing The Last Jedi. We're not talking about projecting into the future.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
Rey's parents' question was answered. They sold her for money.
Okay, but that's not my issue. That's not my issue.
We still don't know who her parents really are.
It doesn't matter. They just said it doesn't matter. I'm not talking about the reveal, Juan. I'm not talking about the reveal. I said why did they set up a huge mystery if it was gonna be paid off so haphazardly? That's my gripe. So you're not listening to my
So they played it haphazardly right now.
Okay, but we're talking. We can only talk about right now, Juan.
You wanted them to answer the question in the Last Jedi.
No. They did answer the question.
But you want them to go more in deep in the movie.
No. That's not what I said. What did I say, Juan? My issue with Rey's parentage is that they built it up to be something, and it was nothing. So then why waste the time building up that plot thread to make it seem like it was a big mystery? She even said it's classified or it's a mystery. Why did they even have Maz Kanata look over at Han and like, who's the girl? Like if he knew something more about her. They alluded to these ideas that there was some kind of mystery about her. That is why all the fan threads came out of there. If they didn't think it was a mystery, there would be no fan theory crafting on Rey's parentage. I'm not saying I didn't like that they were nobody. I'm not saying that I didn't like that they were revealed. I'm saying if it was gonna be so inconsequential to the story of this new trilogy, why did you build it up?
But okay, they build
But
it up.
isn't it part of storytelling? I mean, I understand what you're saying.
Right.
But part of storytelling, I mean, if I'm starting the story and you already know the end, then you're losing value of, you know, waiting too.
But is that not? There's a phrase, clickbait or what's the word I want to say? You're giving false expectations because you are literally implanting a false concept in the audience's mind. You're giving a mystery that needs that you are giving the impression means something to the general narrative.
Answer that question in the second movie.
Juan,
Jesus
Christ, Juan, what's wrong with you? They answered the question. They said that her parents are nobody. You want to keep speculating that they're more than nobody? No, we're talking about The Last Jedi. The Last Jedi answered the question. For all we know, The Last Jedi answered the question. That's it. Stop speculating. I'm talking about why build it up if it was not important to the story.
But that's a way to keep the. I mean, in that sense, I understand what you mean on that side of being able to follow it.
Right.
But it gets you talking. You know, the different possibilities, that, and it end up being this way.
And you're right. And it
does look awkward, though. I'll give you that.
And it's fantastic. I mean,
but the value is certainly there.
But to create a mystery, just to create buzz with no intent to go anywhere with it, is false advertising.
Well, that can also be a sign of a great storyteller, always keeping you wanting more. Now, my thing is this:
you could have kept me wanting more without giving me the impression that her parents meant something.
Now, I was like, once that last epic scene, I saw her in front of Luke. I'm like, oh, he had a child. I mean, my dying weight. So he had a child.
He had this look. But,
no, and I definitely understand your point there. Well, what I'm saying too is giving enough space, if you want, for the person who started, and I'm somewhere between you guys, by the way.
Right.
Okay, there's the practical side,
right?
That's telling me, hey, this is missed and everything, but there's also this is fantasy. Part of fantasy is still make believe. You still have to, you have to be open to be entertained. Also,
no, of course.
You telling me the story, I'm not telling it to myself. I have to let you bring me where you want to bring me.
Right.
Now, once the story ends, then I can look back and go, yeah, the road that I traveled with you, yeah, that road sucked.
But then can we assume? But then can we say that the road to Rey's parents from The Force Awakens to The Last Jedi was the same road?
No,
can we say it's the same road? No,
it does look like.
I think one was a gravel road and one was a smooth road, paved over. It was because they if you were to follow that story by itself, it's like, oh my god, mystery. Oh, by the way, they're nobody.
Oh,
that's what it is. It's here she's a mystery. Who is she? Classified. I don't know my parents. I was stranded on Jakku as a little kid. Okay, they flew off in a spaceship. I think they're coming back for me, but I'm told they're not gonna come back for me, and they're nobody? Okay, cool. That's good. Moving on. Well, so you knocked down the whole Jenga thing.
I'm
just saying.
What I'm saying is this. Okay? Mm-hmm. I love lineage and, more into King or... There's different things that I appreciate this way. But I think this message right here is when there's a need, the Force can choose anyone.
And I'm not against that. I'm not... I know what they're trying to do. The Force can be in anybody. By the way, it doesn't make any sense to me because Immaculate Conception, Skywalker blood should be more powerful than anything because the Force created that. But moving on with that, but I get that. I like that. I like that anybody could be a huge, powerful Jedi. Anybody, the Force can call upon anybody to get into it. I'm not discussing that. What I'm discussing is the narrative pathway of storytelling that got us to that point that Rey's parents were nobody was messy, and it's indicative of two different writers. One writer set this up, and maybe they had no place they were going to go with it, and then another writer knocked it down, and they had no cohesion. They're making this up as they go along, which they've admitted, by the way. That's not good storytelling.
Because even the next... by the way, I read a comment saying, even that, the fact that, and what Juan Show is alluding to, even the fact that her parents are nobody could be a lie.
It could be, and they could retcon it. But I'm not going to that point. I'm going to where we are right now. Okay. Where we are right now is that you built up a mystery to give us no payoff.
Here's the article that I was talking about.
Oh, I don't care.
And this is from the director. And this is the director defending. In the scene with Kylo Ren, Rey admits that her parents were nobodies. They were junk traders who sold her off for alcohol money. Kylo adds, given that many fans spent the last 2 years theorizing that she was related to a character integral integral to the Star Wars universe. Perhaps even Luke Skywalker himself.
Yeah.
This was a beat of a rude awakening. Some even posted the idea that this particular reveal was a misdirection in terms of her actual parents. However, The Last Jedi director Rian Johnson says that this is not the case. Speaking to Collier, Johnson says that that's what Kylo sees and that's what he tells her. I think he's not lying in that moment. That's what he saw, and she seems to believe what she hears. Still, the director admits that things could change in Episode 9, which is
because it's a different freaking storyteller.
Or directing.
That's why.
Can they pick up that story?
Because they can pick it up and they can do anything they want with it.
But the story still, you're saying that the way that you're, correct me if I'm wrong, the way that you say, because I'm still on raised parents. You think that because now that they answer that their parents are nobody, that's it. We're done.
That's not what I said to you. What did I say? You're not listening to me. You're hearing me, but you're not listening to me. I said I can only base my review about what's going on with Rey and her lineage on this movie. You want to speculate? We cannot speculate. We cannot speculate.
I actually like that. I'm
not saying you don't have to agree.
No. That's the good thing about debating and stuff. But I still feel that the reveal for Rey's parents was perfect. I liked it a lot.
Wow.
I know that I wanted more.
How is it perfect?
It felt good.
What part of the Force Awakens gave you the illusion that her parents were going to be nobody? True. What part of the Force Awakens gave you the illusion?
None.
No, I'm not saying. I never said that she was going to be. Well, I thought she was going to be a Palpatine. I would have loved that.
Exactly.
But other than that, I didn't care if she wasn't related to anybody that we knew. It could have been an old Knights of the Old Republic character. It could have been somebody else, random extra. The fact of the matter is, the Force Awakens set it up, and when he rolled the bar, it was a gutter. Yeah. He didn't knock anything down.
But here's the same thing as move forward with the thing. We also have the Knights of Ren. I would have, because they built the crap out of the Knights of Ren on Force Awakens. They're like, oh, Knights of Ren. I was expected to see the Knights of Ren again in the last, and they fell short again about them. Unfortunately, that's the way the stories are told. I mean, what more can we do? We're just gonna have to wait to see how more of the story unfolds. That's why I'm still staying hopeful, and I really enjoyed the movie. So,
part 3. I'm only at 3 now. We're at an hour and 20 minutes. Can you believe this?
Give it to him. Go ahead, man. Bring it home.
You said you enjoyed the Canto Bite segments.
It's Canto, not Canto.
I don't care. I wrote this really quick. Okay.
And not bit.
Okay,
bite.
I don't care. I wrote this really quick. Okay, you of all people are not going to help you about my English. Okay?
He spelled Canto.
Okay, I did. I spelled it as Canto Bit. I'm sorry, I was writing really fast.
Canto Bite.
Okay, so you said you liked that scene.
I love the Canto Bite scenes. It was the most beautiful scenes that I've ever seen in a movie.
That served no narrative purpose whatsoever.
They did.
How?
Okay, no, I need to be enlightened.
And the reason why it served narrative purpose because it felt, now you actually see the back end of what a war will do to those who are participating.
That's background. I said narrative purpose. How did that Canto Bite scenes propel the story along?
Oh, here we go. The kids.
No, Juan. What is the story? What is the story of The Last Jedi?
The Last Jedi.
What is the story of The Last Jedi? The Last Jedi follows Rey as she meets Luke concurrently while the First Order is chasing the Resistance as they try to find a new base. Now that's the story.
The Finn and Rose mission.
I'm talking about the Canto Bite period. How did that serve the narrative purpose of the story, of the plot?
Well, they need
It does not.
How?
It does not.
Go ahead.
It's a whole side. It's a whole. It's it was a good analogy that I heard. It's like an RPG. Now you need to beat this boss. Before you beat this boss, you got to find this person. But before this person can give you something, you need to do a side quest. That was a side quest that had no point. They did not need Finn and Rose to go find no Master Codebreaker. They didn't need to get they didn't get the right codebreaker. They got a crappy codebreaker. They got themselves locked up. They freed some animals. They finally got back to the ship. They were betrayed, and guess what? All along, that was never the plan.
Here's the thing about that part of Canto Bite that I enjoyed that a lot. That set up the seed for the potential future younglings.
I don't care about that.
I think it was a very important part of the movie to see.
No, it's a very important part of the lore. It's a very important part of the canon. It's a very important part of maybe the expanded universe. But for this movie, it was not important.
I felt it was important.
For this movie?
Yes, I felt that Canto Bite was important. Because you
for the story and the plot, Juan, I'm asking you to think critically here. Stop, take off the glasses. Think critically. That whole side quest did not do anything for the Resistance and didn't do anything for the First Order. It had nothing to do with the movie.
I think the Canto Bite thing was just for them to sell it for failure. because basically this movie was all about failing. I didn't see anyone winning,
which is fine,
So-
which is great. But the other failures happened, and it served the narrative purpose. This didn't serve any narrative purpose whatsoever. No, don't get me wrong, beautiful. And I loved that first establishing shot where it was like I guess it was a crane shot, and it went through all different casinos, you saw all different people. I love that guy from The Leftovers. He's hilarious. It was great to see him, but you know, he looked really good. And
you know what's his name? Forgot his name. The short guy that plays R2. Not R2.
You mean Warwick Davis?
Warwick
yeah,
Davis,
he was playing somebody.
He
played
short
somebody.
alien.
Warwick Davis. Yeah, you're the man. But the Canto Bight, none of it had any purpose. It was a side quest to give something for Finn and for Rose to do for the entire movie.
Another misdirection, I believe.
Okay,
it was a misdirection.
It was completely, and it was unnecessary. You could have given Finn and her Rose something else to do entirely. That at least serve the story.
Okay.
Let them go searching for the Knights of Ren.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All of Canto Bight was okay, and I'm gonna say number 4, flippin' Poe. Everything about Poe.
Really?
Everything about Poe. He was insufferable this entire movie. Okay, he was a hothead. He thought he knew everything. He demanded answers. He blah 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 blah. He created a mutiny.
I think the problem with and I actually felt
that's not the character that I remember meeting in Force Awakens.
Once he became commander, I think got to his head, and this is why he was acting. I need to know why this happened.
Then give me an establishing stuff. Give me a promotion where he feels like he got a big britches, because the character, he was completely different.
The character seemed whiny.
He didn't. Yes,
very
and you know how I feel about whiny characters.
Exactly.
What are we doing?
But in Poe's
Why don't you
defense,
tell me?
In Poe's defense, I think that he wanted to just be on top and beat everyone up, which caused the character to fail.
Understood, but his character was insufferable. Absolutely insufferable.
It was a bit hard. Yeah.
He was insufferable,
No, very
and
true.
he did not in any way, shape, or form take responsibility.
He did recover himself at the end, though.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Why? Because he just randomly said peel off after everybody else died? There was
No.
only 3 people left afterwards.
You
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Peel off, guys. We're going to lose. Well,
No,
you,
not
you,
even
you,
then.
you mean me and Rose? Okay, we'll peel off. Everybody else is dead.
Not even that. I think after they were rescued, I think that's when Kylo went back to being not Kylo.
Went back to being Poe?
Poe went
He
back
did
to being
not
Poe.
earn that leadership role. I'm sorry. Nothing about his behavior earned that leadership role. When
But
Leia says, "Don't look at me,"
he was still not a commander. He still was demoted.
I understand, but you saw the which it was an unsaid thing that Leia gave the thumbs up to Poe for the future.
think
She
what-
passed the baton.
yeah.
You saw it.
No, I
Why
think-
he's looking at me? Follow him. I'd have been like, no, don't follow him. Where are you trying to take
what
us?
I enjoyed.
We're all
what I
gonna
felt
die.
like-
We're all gonna die. Poe's leading us.
I think with Leia that scene, I think her having to finally see her brother and finally be able to sense him, I think kind of made her kind of like not all there, and let her focus more, have him more focus on that.
Anybody see Battleship?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's using Battleship. Okay, when Hopper, when a captain dies and Hopper's taking control, the deckhands or whatever, they're at the top. They said, "Oh my God, what's happening? Who's in charge?" Hopper's in charge. He's next in command. He goes, "Hopper's in charge. We're all gonna die." Because that was exactly, he was a hothead. He had to take the entire movie to lose his brother, to lose his ships, to finally realize that, you know what, the way I'm doing it is wrong. I need to learn to accept criticism or whatever. That was an arc. Poe had no arc. Poe was insufferable up to the very end, and just because, oh, that was a good plan. Yeah, Laura Dern's character was a very good plan. Now all of a sudden he's humbled? No, I'm sorry. Poe's character was insufferable from the beginning. And he nothing redeeming about him whatsoever. Okay,
He got worse. Yeah, no,
he got worse, and it was out of character.
that was not the same person.
I didn't feel like it was the same person whatsoever. Because if that's true, then guess what? In Force Awakens, he would have rogued one that B, and he would have said, "You know what? You guys want to go fight?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's bring
Let's
it.
go. Let's go bring it. Okay,
This is Sparta.
Exactly.
Wrong movie. Sorry.
Huh?
This
What?
is
Sparta.
Sparta.
Sorry.
I said this is Sparta. Okay, this is Sparta. Okay, but he didn't.
Yeah,
He didn't do anything.
you're right. No,
he,
it was-
you know what I'm saying? He was like, you know what? You're right. I understand.
He was a true commander. Yeah.
And that's the same. I'm sorry. I don't know what you did with Poe's character. The unfortunate Marvel type humor was out of place.
Yeah. That was.
It was out of place.
There
I'm
were
sorry.
some few comments, like I said.
It was out
Like
of
in
place.
nitpick in the movie, there was a few, like the beginning comments. After I saw the second, because we did miss that kind of corny joke in the beginning. As I saw the second time, I'm like, oh, so that's what I meant.
No.
I really did enjoy it. Other than that, everything was good.
Everything was good. You're talking about there's a scene where and I'm sorry. You know what? There's a fourth thing I like about the Force Awakens. The Force mind meld. That was awesome. Whoever thought about that and the sound it went whoop. got quiet.
Like, oh.
Jesus, that was
you hear?
amazing sound design for that. Anyway, there's a scene where she's still upset with him because he killed Han Solo, and it's supposed to be a very emotional scene. But before we can start, he's shirtless. She goes,
Cover that.
she goes, why did you? Can you put on a towel or something? And then, no joke, 2 minutes later, why did you kill him? Why did you do it?
That was an Easter egg, by the way.
I don't care. No, Juan, please don't, because that's not the point. We're going based upon what the movie is saying. Okay?
Because I know there was a reason
Okay,
before the
I don't care what the reason was. It was.
I actually enjoyed
it
it. It's
was,
just a torso.
Okay,
I was like, damn, I want to have
not
me a
the
torso
point
like
though.
that.
But like stuff like that, you don't need to make. And this is my same problem with Thor that I said. You don't need to force the jokes.
Yeah,
These
let them
characters,
come. Yeah,
they can come naturally. The comedy can come naturally. You know, because and it works like that. But there was so much forced humor, and it made me. It took me out of the movie. And then a lot of the humor was very present day. It's going to be dated because I'm sorry, it didn't work for me. The humor didn't work for me. Don't get me wrong, I laughed, but it was more like a nervous laugh, like, are they really doing this in the Star Wars movie? Oh my god. It was a nervous laugh. The humor didn't listen, Theo Starr and Joey Fatah didn't laugh once, by the way. And when certain things like the tossing the lightsaber over the shoulder, stuff like that, they asked why. The question was why. They said, why did he do that? I said, it's funny. That's what I'm saying. Okay?
Next.
Number 6. Worthless porgs.
Bro, don't talk about the porgs.
Stop it.
Don't talk about the
Stop
porgs.
it.
Don't talk about the story.
Stop it. We're talking about a movie and a story, okay? The porgs, like I assumed, did not serve any narrative purpose.
They lived on the island. So the caretakers for the Jedi had nothing to do. They were only there twice.
You're right.
They're part of the island. They're
You're
part
right.
of the.
So they're a background. So, but they weren't in the trailer. They weren't heavily marketed.
Of course not.
Okay,
So
exactly.
what's the problem with the porgs?
Because the porgs didn't serve any purpose.
No.
Did any of the Gungans? Oh, they did. They served a
Exactly.
purpose.
The
But still,
Gungans.
the porgs.
Hold on. Gungans serve the purpose. Ewoks serve the purpose. Even the ice crystal dogs serve the purpose. Sorry, the salt crystals. They serve the purpose.
porgs were just there.
You
Let
could
them
have.
chill.
You could have given the porgs some. Maybe even if it was.
Why?
Even if the
Why
porgs
do you wanna
stumbled
give more
backwards.
purpose?
Because you gave a spotlight to a creature.
Because he was cute.
Just to sell toys.
He was cute.
just for the humor.
And that's it.
Yeah, I love the porgs. The porgs were amazing.
But they didn't
were
serve the
such a
story.
good- You know what?
But they
Did
didn't serve
blue,
the story.
Did the blue cow? Did the cow see?
Oh my
cows
God.
serve a purpose?
But guess what?
Oh.
There was one scene. It was just one scene.
Did he suck the?
It was,
he milked the
but
cow?
it was one scene. The porgs could have just been in one scene.
Ugh.
Then why couldn't it just been in one scene? Why were there? You had them in the Millennium Falcon. You had them making nests. You had Chewbacca almost eat one. You had
I love
you
the
had
porgs.
them making faces at him. You had the come on.
I love the porgs.
You love the porgs for what?
I love the porgs. I just love the porgs a lot. I really enjoy the porgs.
Because you're a fanboy. You're not
I
looking at it
love the
critically.
porgs.
The porgs had no point to them.
Yes, they didn't have any point. I know they didn't have point, but they felt good because they felt like they fit the island. You know the island where they were.
Why did they feel like they fit the island?
Correct me if
Why
I'm
did they
wrong,
feel like they fit the
Kylo-Sam.
island?
Are those the Galapagos Islands?
Lagos, uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're known for their finches.
Okay.
So I felt like the writers wanted to compare the finches to the porgs.
kind of a-
So why give them so much screen time?
Why not? Why? Okay, what would be the difference of having a finch
I'm
that
asking you.
owned the whole island?
But I'm asking you, why give them so much screen time? Why give them so much up close and personal screen
Why
time?
not?
What is the purpose of
Because
them?
you want to get personal with the porgs.
For what? How did they serve the
Well,
story?
It's a touch. To me, they were just a touch there.
It wasn't a touch. If you saw,
No, it wasn't a touch.
if you saw the Jedi nurses, the island nurses, they were a touch. The blue milk, that was a touch. The ice crystal dogs, even those were a touch, but they served the purpose. You could have put the same emphasis on the porgs, and you could have had one stumble ass backwards on the hyperdrive and save
It
everybody.
may have been a marketing thing too. So.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what
All
it
right.
was.
All right, yeah.
That's what it was. It
Now
was- they were
everybody would
worthless.
like those little cutie things that were. That's how.
And porgs are the new Furbies, guaranteed.
Okay.
Just because they're okay, worthless.
Give me
You heard it
Okay.
first on GEEK
Okay.
Bros.
I'm just saying.
Nice
exactly.
talks. Pergs are the new Furbies.
Puppet Yoda.
Let's not talk about Puppet Yoda.
No.
'cause Yoda was
No.
perfect.
No.
He felt
No.
so.
No.
It
He
felt
looked.
good.
No, stop it.
Juan,
He
so-
looked funky, and you know it.
I liked it.
He looked rubbery, and he looked wrong.
I liked it. I even liked it. I saw it the first time. I'm like, okay, I see his, but I saw it the second time. He reminded me of the Yoda in episode.
No.
Which one?
No.
Episode 3, the end.
The CG.
Yeah,
No.
yeah,
He
did.
was so glossy. Like I'm
Yeah.
wondering, like, what couldn't they have gone into the archives and found the Return of the Jedi puppet? What?
That would have been awesome.
That would look fine. That
I
he
love
was
Yoda.
so he looked so rubbery. It was jarring. I remember the first time we watched it when he popped up, and I looked at Juan and I said, "What is that?" And Juan goes, "Shh." I was shocked. What is he looked? He looked so funky. Listen, mad props to going to a puppet again, but my lord, who said that looked great?
I really enjoyed the Puppet Yoda you're calling.
No, I'm
Come
sorry.
on, Kylo-Sam. What do you have to say about the Puppet Yoda?
The wifey, upon seeing him, told me he looks a little freaky.
Yeah,
That's what the wifey said. And
he looks
I was
weird.
like,
He didn't look right.
yeah. It looked.
I'm not saying. I am not critiquing the concept or his arrival or his story. Just his design. It was poor.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
It was poor. It looked weird. Okay. Oh my God, the tragic story of Phasma. They gave us a book and a comic book about her. Like, they were building her up to be something amazing.
And then they did it right.
And they did it.
I loved it.
Again.
I loved it.
You loved it?
I love what they did to Phasma. I really enjoyed it. Because you know what? I was actually hoping they did that to Phasma. Why? Because I love seeing people like, oh my God, Phasma's going to be amazing. Oh, sorry, we're taking her away again. I just love that feeling. That's what happened. They gave us Phasma. They build her up. They're like, okay, don't worry. We're gonna give her more screen time. We're gonna do this. We're gonna answer all the fans. Oh, what happened to Phasma? What happened to Phasma? They gave her even a comic book
and a book. They gave her a Journey to the Force Awakens.
A book.
A Journey to the Legendary book.
And then they take her away again.
Dang.
But this time around, they take her away really good.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did. They kind of destroyed her soul.
Did you read Phasma, the book? Okay, there's a character.
I've been reading the comic books.
No, there's a character named Cardinal. Now, the character named Cardinal, he's just like Phasma. He trains the younger stormtroopers, and he's in all red. Okay, and he didn't like Phasma, and as he's figuring out what happened to her, he eventually confronts Phasma, and she whoops his butt in minutes. Whoops him. He's just as trained as she is. Whoops him. How in the hell did Finn last so long against her? He what?
He struggled. He struggled.
He did?
Yes. There was struggle in the beginning.
He did?
Yes, he did. It wasn't until he actually he tricked her. That was the only way he beat her, by tricking her. But he struggled.
She is a trained, ruthless warrior, and he is a stormtrooper that only went into one battle, left.
But he struggled. I mean, he struggled throughout the fight scenes.
He should have been able to struggle. He should have been knocked out in 2 blows. She took out a seasoned, hardened, and his Cardinal trains. He used to train all the stormtroopers. Took him out and almost killed him. No, left him for dead, but he was saved. Okay, and it was quick, real quick.
Hold on, and that's and let's talk about the type of weapons that were used in Cardinal, because I didn't read the book. What weapons were they using for Cardinal and Phasma?
I don't remember. I don't know if it was hand to hand or if it was just weapons.
Now you have,
but does it matter?
I think the weapon that was used compared to
that was her weapon from the book. That is her weapon.
Okay. Yeah. But now you have a heavy with electricity a weapon hitting you. Of course you're gonna struggle.
Or you dodge it and you impale the sucker. What are you talking about, Juan?
There's martial arts to it, and there's ways to dodge an attack, and I think that she did it right way to fight. I don't think there's other way that she could have dodged that. Either she does that and she gets hit and she gets electrocuted.
He did this. She parried. He could have done this, and he struggled to do this, and she just does a half-quarter step. Step to the side, and then impale him. That's it. What are you talking about, Juan? There was no excuse for why. Okay, fine. Finn lasted against Kylo Ren in the first movie. They had a whole thing. He was emotionally crippled. The Force was weaker in him. He was damaged. They gave a build-up as to why Finn was able to hold his own. Phasma was in no such. She was in a prime. She had just pretty much damn near murdered her counterpart, which is just as strong as her. She should have taken him out immediately. No.
And you have to play. You have to play the background as well. You have to also think about the background, what's going on at the same time.
What's happening at the same time?
The spaceship is falling apart.
But they're still fighting each other. That's got nothing to do with it. It was a tunnel vision story between them two. That's like telling me that you can go up against Bruce Lee, and you would hold your own just because maybe it's snowing outside.
Oh dang! What?
Well, if we're outside, most likely, maybe. I don't know.
Oh my sweet God, we're done. There's nothing more to say.
I don't
That is
know.
that is the single most idiotic thing you said on in any Geek Bros thing.
Well,
Okay?
if we outside, anything is possible outside.
But they dispatched her unceremoniously.
I know. I did feel like they did
very quickly.
And
Yeah.
it was unfortunate. It
Very
was a
quickly.
waste. I'm so upset about that.
You have one more.
I have one more. The entire second act of the space chase, the Cylons versus the First
Oh,
Order
look out.
versus chasing the rebels, and it's just one extended, super slow chase scene that
That's
they cut
what it
back
is.
and forth.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It was keeping them on board. And I don't understand why that had to be. Why did it have to be that way? One lone ship is tracking the entire fleet, and the timing is off, because while this is happening, you got Luke training, sort of training Rey. You've got Canto Bight going on. And mind you, they only have 18 hours of fuel. All that happened in 18 hours.
Basically.
That is. I mean, I know hyperspace is fast, but is it that fast? Because I'm telling you right now, I'm only 18 minutes away from my day job, and let me tell you right now, I cannot get my lesson done in that amount of time and make it
what's
on
cool
time.
about the whole space chase?
Absolutely
the
nothing.
Easter egg that was dropped in Rogue One. saying that-
See how Juan is plucking from articles and from the. This has nothing to do with the movie.
Okay,
We didn't
but
know that it
hold
was a movie.
Remember the part when they were talking about the space?
I know what you're talking about, Juan. Has got nothing to do with this movie.
It was awesome seeing that, seeing how they went back and like talked about, there's a secret here of how to follow somebody through hyperspace. That was pretty cool how they brought that back. That was actually cool. I enjoyed that.
They took a little nugget from Rogue One and made that the entire central conflict of Act 2, and that was cool.
I liked it. No, but not that center part. Just them traveling through the hyperspace. I liked. I didn't like the whole them shooting.
I mean,
other
all you
ships.
saw was them shooting lasers. We can't catch up to them because they're nimble. So we're just gonna keep shooting them so they know that we're around here, and then wait till them to run out of fuel. That was the central conflict. Is fuel?
Listen, even strategy-wise, I mean, I know this was your best scene, but we're talking this as military speaking.
I understand.
Right? People who are training the art of war,
Of
if you
chasing,
want to call it
the
that.
art of
Yes.
chasing.
Yes.
Yes. Chase your enemy until they run out of fuel,
More,
or get hungry, or wear them out.
one of the things that got me is you see that object that you are chasing turning around. Now, in the human mind, if this is happening, I'm chasing a car, and I see it turn towards me. What is it going to do next? You know
No, I'm not even that part. I'm not even
strategically
chase.
that kind of.
But
Yeah.
yeah, if it's turning around, they're gonna ram. But of course, and it's hubris. They were very.
It took
cocky.
it took him a long time to
understand.
realize, huh?
I understand
It's
it's a little
turning-
cockiness, but can we just be? I mean, like, why couldn't we then have a stalemate on the ground? Let's show the chase scene.
That would have been more.
Let's get further to that whole let's escape and get into the planet part. Let's move up Lord Dern's sacrifice and let's make it more like a stalemate on the ground or something, and cut between the ground, the Salt Hoth and whatever's going on up there.
Salt Hoth, really? That's what you have to call it?
I call it Salt Hoth. That's what it is. Salt Hoth. That's what it was. It was Hoth, but it was salt instead. And it was funny because they had to make sure that you knew it wasn't Hoth or snow. They had to have a little extra go like this.
Yeah, that part.
It's
like,
salt.
okay, thank you.
It's salt.
Thank you.
Okay, just so you know,
appreciate-
it's not snow. Okay, there's no Wampas here, but we have crystal dogs. Oh, and that's Gareth Edwards from Rogue One.
I appreciate
Yeah, it's right there. That was. Oh my god. And that's it. Those are my major gripes of The Last Jedi.
Now, one thing I would like to say: The Last Jedi, the title itself, I was a little lost. But I thought there was a beautiful opening because I got tricked a couple of times, not to say 2, 3, or 4, as far as I thinking, oh, that's where you're going, awesome. Oh no, this is not where you're going. The whole thing about her, there's one of the lines that because I felt it too.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, that's different than what I was expecting. But now there was a key moment where she travels all the way to save Kylo because she believes there's some good in him. Now she goes into enemy territory to do that.
By the way, the stranger had more hope in Ben Solo than his uncle. Carry on.
Actually, yeah, you got a point.
Can you?
Yeah, okay.
The stranger.
He goes in there. She goes in there, meets him. They defeat after disposing of
Yes,
Snoke.
of Snoke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just by
Hugh Hefner Snoke.
dust.
But I'm gonna get his outfit. That robe. That was the ish. That was decadence.
I can do stuff with that.
Okay. Yes, you can.
I can do stuff with that.
If we and you walk back to Zamunda wearing that,
listen, man.
we would overthrow it. Okay. Black Panther, nothing. All right.
Now there is one key part where I said, "Awesome! This is awesome." When Kylo looks at Ren and told her basically, you know what? Let's end this. No more Jedi. No more Sith. It's you and I. And I'm like,
that was it.
I see, and she raises her head,
she does.
and I'm like,
Yes, she does.
that is why it's the last Jedi.
Yes.
Because there's no more. Go ahead, join him and make something new happen.
Right there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
That would, to me personally.
That is the
wow.
epitome of my regret
That
between
would
Force
have
Awakens and The Last Jedi. Same thing. It was all that build up.
It's like,
for
yes,
nothing.
finally. So you guys are going to team up together and make something
And
completely new.
different.
Yeah.
That would have redeemed The Last
Oh
Jedi
my
completely. If all that mess was just to give us this, the cliffhangers. Could you imagine how we would feel? We'd be like this.
Yeah.
The theory crafting of what that means for the universe would have been brilliant. You should have gone that far.
What new enemies would have
So now there's no more black and white. Is now gray. Where's the conflict now? What are we gonna do now? What does this mean for the Resistance? What does it mean for the First Order? Are they gonna come together? Are they not gonna come together? Are they, what's gonna happen? Nope, they went back to the black and white.
She left.
Yeah. Kylo somehow he's gonna be the big bad. Like, as if he's earned it. How did he earn it?
Funny enough, I don't know if I was the only one. After a while, I started cheering for Kylo, to tell the truth.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I want him to win.
No, no, Kylo.
Like, that guy was done wrong.
Kylo, exactly.
Brother was done wrong there.
The minute we found out that it was Luke's fault, I said, okay, so he's more than he's a victim.
Yeah, you gave up on me.
He's not even a tragic villain.
No,
he's a victim.
You gave up on me.
I would have done the same thing.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I don't really know how heavy that wooden house was that knocked out Luke for all that time. I don't get that part. Brand new, and it knocks him out. Yep, Jedi Master, everybody, Jedi Master.
Who can project himself?
Who can project himself? But a little bit of rubble, which look like rocks and wood, knocks you right out. Knocks you right out. Oh my God, that movie. It wasn't polarizing for me. I had very little about it.
Well, we are talking about it.
We are. Yeah. No, we are talking about it because I have to talk about it because I thought I was a Star Wars fan.
I will not come alone next time. I think the next time we do this is going to be the spoiler review on video, and I will have Darth Flex with me.
So we're gonna do the spoiler. No, we're gonna do the spoiler review, and I'm gonna challenge you guys to back to.
Right.
Challenge you guys. I mean, me versus you three, and if Kylo-Sam would like to be a part of it, to be the mediator, the moderator. More than welcome to. So we extend that interview. What is it? Invitation to you, Kylo-Sam, to come and mediate, if not moderate, this Vibe versus Juancho, Darflex, and Garbanzo for the merits of The Last Jedi. So on that note, my God, we're almost 2 hours into this. I'm sorry, guys, it went so long, but this. It really bothers me. I mean, more than net neutrality. Can you believe that mess?
Wow.
That's how much this bothers me.
Strong take.
Before we wrap up, I just want to say, don't forget to check out us on social media. That's going to be...
Instagram and Twitter is Geek Bros, GEEKBR0S.
Because Juancho wants to keep you guys confused.
And the email is... Facebook is Geek Bros. It's the same thing?
Same thing.
Same thing. GEEKBR0S.
Because I had to keep it consistent because Juancho wants to get you guys confused.
And...
Outlook.
The email is geekbros@outlook.com. That's GEEKBROS.
Because Juancho wants to make you guys confused.
Man, I was taking notes. I couldn't keep up.
Exactly. And of course, you can always listen to us first thing. We're supposed to be doing it weekly, but I don't know what's going on with Juancho. First, on WeBeGeeksPC.com, okay? The first place to hear our podcast. Then, of course, iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play. And, of course... There's far more Vibe Studios content on VibeRevStudios.com. That's VibeRevStudios.com. Check it out. There's more than just Geek Bros there. And somebody watch my Battlestar Galactica cut of the Star Wars The Last Jedi, please. It was a good cut. I worked really hard on it.
Spent 7
hours. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Cool. Okay, this is Vibe.
This is Juancho.
Kylo-Sam.
Kylo-Sam. Thank you so much, Kylo-Sam. Especially
Appreciate it, Geek Bros.
And thank you for saving the anime invasion segment. We were about to scrap that too.
Oh, no, man.
So thank you so much
We
for
can't
that.
let that happen.
I just want to say that Kylo-Sam has been an actual pleasure. You're welcome back anytime.
I appreciate you guys. I
Anytime,
appreciate
okay?
what you do.
Anytime.
Thank you for
so
having
much.
me.
Okay, and with that being said, it's a wrap. Juancho.
Remember, guys, geeking out never sounded so good. I love y'all.
I was waiting for that. Thanks for tuning into the video recap of episode 23 of Keeping Up the Geek Bros. Okay, again, I want to thank Kylo-Sam here.
Appreciate
amazing,
you guys, man.
Amazing
Woo!
corresponding.
Keep it up.
It was great. Sorry, this is a little long, but you know we had 4 big topics, and Star Wars: The Last Jedi really bothered me.
We'll be back after the
Okay.
Christmas vacation
So
to
yeah,
discuss back to our regular news.
fantastic. Thanks for tuning in, and that is a wrap.
Keeping up with the Geek Bros. In a world where geeking out never looked so good, 2 incredibly sexy men will rise for your auditory pleasure.